Back in 2021, at the end of the summer, Gravity Falls fan artist and creator of my GF Sona, Steph, uploaded an animatic she made for a hypothetical concept series called Sea Grunkles. The idea is basically in the name, a show all about Stan and Ford's adventures out at sea. Now, while the concept had existed before this, I considered this post to be the origin of the modern-day fan interest in the idea for a Stan and Ford at sea story. Alex Hirsch himself even commented on this, saying it rules. However, when another fan asked him if this was a show he would be interested in making, Alex responded stating that the decision rests on Disney, which owns Gravity Falls of course, and they were now wanting to make a series about quote, old man adventures. To them, Dipper and Mabel were the brand, and Alex of course is done telling their story, so as such, both sides really couldn't make it work. As disappointing as this revelation at the time was, it did spawn a lot of fan ideas and content regarding it, which continues on to this day. And Alex himself seems to be more interested and believing it could be something he could do in some form, as he quite literally said this back during the interview.
There was a lot of areas that I really loved where I came up with like 5. It could have been a whole separate book of like Stan and Ford adventures at sea. Like I had some great ones for that I'm not going to say because if I choose to do them one day, I don't want to spoil them. Was one of
that's good though. Thank you.
Yeah.
Those characters at sea, it was so rich. They're really, really funny because, like I said, they both have major blind spots, and it's
right.
You kind of write stories about them as a duo forever because you can always excuse them both getting hyped on a bad idea for their own reasons, and then you can always come up with a reason for them to disagree about it, and it's always sweet to see them come together again because they're so full of themselves, but they are also both so damaged. They desperately need each other, and like it revealed to me when you sit down to write, you discover where the story is. It's sort of like you've got a dowsing rod and you're like, oh, there's water over here, and you don't always know, and you just kind of let the story tell you what it is. And you know, on the open sea, Stan and Ford had a lot to do, but it was so much that I was like, I should save this. If I'm going to do something with this, I should save it for something more robust. If I ever wanted to do something with this show more in a animated context, I want to make sure that I'm keeping certain material for that. So, for example, with Legends, it's like, if I'm going to do some adventures with Stan and Ford, either they need their own book or their own miniseries. And I could probably, you know, talk Disney into a miniseries if I was out of my Netflix deal and I really wanted to. And so there are sometimes things where like you're sort of intentionally kneecapping some of the narrative conversation and some of these things. You're not expanding it too far outside of what's known because that might be juicy fuel for stuff that could happen in the future.
Right.
So like there are certain things like that where it's like, would this be better served in a different format?
So the idea of a Stan and Ford project of any medium has been strong since then, and even more so with the Book of Bill and website giving us more lore and mysteries related to it. The interest is there. We just need it to happen. So imagine how excited fans were then when in October 2025, a mysterious new Twitter account appeared with something interesting to share. Now, for brevity's sake, I'm gonna fast track a bit regarding the story, so if you want a better detail on what happened, check out some of the links I left below in the description, such as some videos made by the YouTuber Ozone, who went to do a deep dive about it live, and a series of docs made by the amazing people on the Gravity Falls Central Discord server that were documenting all the various crazy codes and mysteries that came about from this whole event. A huge shout out to my friend Dipper Pinescan who found all these for me. With that said, our story begins with an account called Florida Sea Watch. When you look at it at first glance, it looks very similar to the Oregon Parks account run by Alex Hirsch for Gravity Falls book promotion. The account had been tweeting for a bit with not much traffic, when all that changed as they began to make posts with the Gravity Falls hashtag in it, and suddenly, fan attention began to grow. The first GF tagged post was of an image of a bidden sign near a tree on a beach for what appears to be the world's most distracting object.
Behold, the world's most distracting object!
The account was asking about how a sign from Oregon got all the way to Florida. From there, the account continued tweeting as normal, all while fan interest began to grow. Some began to speculate if this was some Gravity Falls project announcing a new book, but that quickly ended for various reasons. First of all, If this was a new Gravity Falls project, why was Alex Hirsch tweeting about it on a brand new account and not Oregon Parks? Why not rework that account to fit this story? Plus, Oregon Parks has never officially used the GF hashtag or directly mentioned Gravity Falls as a real place. However, the final proof that this was not official came in the very first post that the account made. On the top left of the image is a tiny box of text which, when decoded, states unofficial, not affiliated with any company or creator. With it confirmed to now be a fan-made project, interest began to continue to grow as many were wondering what this could be leading up to. The tweet right after had a new image of this time cloud formations that seemed to show a skull cloud or something, with codes that read, "When land is sea, he is free," and "It's in the water." Then came a big one. An image of a wooden crate labeled Stanowar 2. It seemed to imply that either the Stanowar 2 had lost it or the ship itself had sunk, which, if so, RIP to Grunkles. After a bit more tweets as normal, the thing that this was all starting to lead up to began to reveal itself. On October 22nd, Florida Sea-Watch posted pics of what appeared to be a brand new journal. Nautical in theme, the tweet read, "That storm washed in some weirdness. 6 fingers. Pages are waterlogged and stuck, but the back says, if found, return to Gravity Falls, Oregon." That's the second thing I found now from that town. Anyone heard of it? It's not on any maps. And from there, everyone went nuts. A brand new Sea Grunkles journal? Even a fan made? That was huge. Someone had taken the time and effort to create this whole thing and made an ARG event out of it, and now we had a book about it? Everyone from fan discords and Reddit to fellow creators like Cartoonsy and Hana were amazed. I even was discussing this with Kian Carlisle and theorizing on what this all may be leading up to. Now that was really the thing we still didn't know. Because Oregon Parks, whenever it tweets, it's leading up to a brand new book reveal by Alex Hirsch, except for a ICEArt book recently. So could this be leading to the same thing? Fans eventually found an old Reddit post of the same book that was posted almost half a year before that seems to show it was made by a cosplay prop designing team called Design by 3D. While it was more so to advertise their services, it did tell us things like that the book shown in the tweets was a prop and had no full pages in it. That is, no full pages just yet. Florida Sea-Watch continued to tweet as usual after that for a bit, with various codes to solve along the way. But soon, the waiting was over, as on October 25th, the endgame was revealed. Started sailing last night. Weirdest thing. Nav glitched. New chord showed up. 20 degrees north, 65.55 degrees west. gfcaptainslog.com. What could this be? Feels like it's calling me. Gotta clear my head. Breathing that cool salt air. See you on the sea. Clicking the link took you to a website, similar in style to the Book of Biltine website. However, this site, like the ARG, was nautical in theme, and set on the bridge of the Stanowar 2. There are all sorts of things to explore here, like binoculars that let you look out at sea, images of Stan and Ford as they built the boat and set out to sea, a console that lets you play various noises, and also lets you input various words to override the system that displayed all sorts of unusual images. fans found various words that if you typed in, would give you all sorts of images and codes and more, like with the Book of Bill. However, the real star of the show was without a doubt this. A 446, yes, 446 page journal written by Ford and Stan titled Stan Award 2 Captain's Log. The whole thing was remarkable. It was quite literally a real book with every page containing some new story and lore. Being fan-made and Grunkle-centric, it is of course more mature in nature to a regular GF book and has themes that wouldn't really fly by Disney book standards, let's just say that. But that fits perfectly with how Stan and Ford content should be. I mean, almost every image of Stan in this book has him smoking a cigar, and let's be real, that's as canon a thing as it can be for him that was never actually shown in canon. Now, I will be honest, because of the time that this came out in, I was still getting in tune with a new job I was working, and because of that, I didn't have as much time to dedicate to fandom stuff as I used to. So I wasn't really able to explore everything about Florida Sea-Watch. Even now, I'm still making my way through all the pages and seeing all the cool stuff that there is. It is a truly remarkable project, and the website's reveal also gave us at last the names of the people who were behind this all. GF Captain's Log's creator is a user on Instagram by the name of Lord Rayken, or Rayken, forgive me if I butchered that. Then also, the Captain's Log's page layout and illustrations were done by Judd or Jude, I also hope I got that right, also known as Slightly Artist. Additional works of various aspects of the project were done by all of these amazing people here. Now, this is where usually the story would end. Fans explored all the content there was, found some new secrets and lore to explore, and all of us had our fun. But about a month after everything had gone down, I got a DM from Rayken that surprised me. They sent me some thanks for my help in promoting the event through the tweets I made, and then revealed something amazing. The team was planning on printing out some real copies of the Captain's Log book, as in taking all 446 pages and making real books out of them. Not just like the prop used in the account photos, this was gonna be the real deal. About less than 10 of them were planned to be made, and only those few would ever be made. And I was being offered a copy as a show of gratitude for my work in keeping the GF fandom alive and well into the 2020s. Now, naturally, I was beyond surprised by this. I mean, I'm eternally grateful for what I've gotten to do with this show and love the work that I do for it, but to now be offered a free copy of a super ultra rare fan book? In truth, I almost felt like I wasn't worthy, to be honest, considering Stan and Ford, while characters I adore, are not ones I'm as invested in as maybe other fans are. But I'm also not gonna turn down an offer like this. I mean, I already lived with eternal regret for not buying Journal 3 Special Edition back in 2017 when I could've, so I'm not making that mistake ever again if I can. So after a bit of time thinking it over, I said yes. But I also suggested some other people who I feel deserve to own a copy too, like Hannah of course, who alongside being a good friend of mine, I think would love a book about all things Grunkles at sea, cause I mean, who wouldn't? I also suggested Steph because of course, as I said at the start of this video, she in many ways is the reason the Sea Grunkles concept is so popular today. From there, after a bit of waiting and some copies having some issues that needed to be reprinted and stuff, and apparently some even being sold on eBay apparently, my copy of GF Captain's Log was ready and shipped out to the land of maple syrup. And finally, on funny enough, the same day that Artemis 2 launched, my copy finally arrived. So with that said, let me now give you a look at this incredible, one-of-a-kind, never-to-be-made again Gravity Falls fanbook. Okay, so this here it is. This is the GF Captain's Log book in physical form, and yeah, just look at this thing. It is incredible. I mean, first of all, the first thing I noticed when I got this book is that It is one really thick boy. It is just, it is a massive book. Like, look at the thickness of this thing here. Like, this is insane, which is not surprising considering there's 446 pages in this book. I mean, for comparison, here is my copy of Journal 3, and yeah, like, at first, like, of course, in terms of the overall size, like, of the books, in terms of like height, and width, the Journal 3 is bigger, but because like you can see, like this is what it looks like on top of the two books here, but it's pretty obvious which one has the more content in it when you look at it this way. Like, look at this, regular Journal 3 has, I think, 288 pages in it, and the Captain's Log has 446, as you know, like, if the camera can focus. Yeah, so yeah, this is a pretty big book by even like Gravity Falls book standards, because like Journal 3 is the biggest Gravity Falls book in terms of page length still. Just because, like, as a reminder, the Book of Bill here has 208 pages, and then the Barnes & Noble exclusive, which I also have here, is that has like 224 pages, if I remember correctly. So yeah, this is a big book by both of these standards. Like, I think putting both of these books together, maybe you'd get the same amount of pages, but like, still, that is, it's just insane how many pages this book has here. I mean, I was looking around my room to see if I have any single book that is close to the same number of page numbers as this book has in my house, and the only book I could find was this one that I just recently bought, which is written by Top Gear and Grand Tour producer Andy Willman about his stories related to the shows. So, you know, this is a really good book. I still gotta read it. That's not a plug, by the way, but, you know, this book is pretty close in terms of the thickness to the Captain's Log book. So, and even then, this is 446 pages, and this book here is, where is it? Like, this is only like 410 pages, as you can see. So it's like, even then, this is still not as big as this book here is. So that just gives you an idea of how many pages are in this book here. It is ridiculously cool. And yeah, like, and also ridiculously cool is the quality of this book. Like, just look at this thing. I mean, just like let me bring it up closer to the camera here. Like, you can see, like, this thing is incredible in terms of just the visual design. Like, this, I really love the design of like the ship's wheel with Ford's hand symbol here. So like, there's the 6 fingers there, and then the symbol here for the ship's wheel, and then over here you have like where the on regular Journal 3 you'd have like the edges at the corner of the books, like those things, metal things. You can see down here a bit better, like that is a boat's anchor right there, which is being used for that. So that's a really cool design. I really like that look of this book here. And going around to the sides, you can also see that continues here. So that you have this like leather binding here that's supposed to be here. Like, of course, for the actual book, it's all like cardboard papery material. It feels the same as the Journal 3 without its book jacket on. So it's pretty similar in that regard. And then in the back, it's, of course, it has the same sort of like damage as Journal 3 does. So you can see like the damage in terms of the cover, like where it's been ripped a bit, and then like there's like what looks to be like mold, I think. Like, it's like, it looks like mold in terms of like you know, this book's been in the sea, because that's what the context of the whole finding the book on the beach was like. So that's pretty cool, like the attention to detail in maintaining this look of like, this is a book that you definitely could see like as a nautical theme version of Journal 3 over here. So that is a really cool just continuation of the concept and expansion of the idea, and I just really love the look of this book in that regard. Of course, you're not here to see me just look at the outside of this book. You're here for what's inside of this thing. And I mean, at 446 pages, I'm obviously not going to be able to show everything in this thing, but I'm going to try and do my best. So immediately after you open it, you have here the book. So like, there is the Florida Sea Watch authentic seal of approval there. So that's pretty cool. This here is, I think that's Rayken's signature there. And then this is telling you like the number of copies out of the number that was made. This is, so like Journal 3 special edition, of course, is like this copy out of 10,000. This one here is 2 out of 5. this is about as rare of a book as it gets. Like, even the off-the-grid Journal 3 special edition versions from when the book was in development that I've heard, there's like only 30 of those in existence, and that makes it more common than this book is. Like, there's only 5 of these in existence, or 10 if you consider the misprints or something, but like, that is so cool that this is so rare of a book that only me and 4 other people have this book, like one of them as well being Hannah, of course. So that's really cool. And then here's the little message at the top of what this all is about. So let me just read this. Dear reader, call it fate, call it perseverance, call it maybe obsessive dedication to keeping a fandom alive and active no matter what. Whatever it may be, it has placed an extraordinarily rare object in your possession. You're holding an official copy of the fan-made Gravity Falls Captain's Log. Only 5 copies of this journal will ever be produced, and you now have one of them. Contained within these pages is a year's worth of recorded voyages by Stanford and Stanley Pines during their time at sea. What began as an attempt at logging events and research quickly became a sustained encounter with the ocean's most uncooperative regions. The following entries document the weirdest waters, organisms that refuse classification, physical laws that bend under pressure, and of course, mysteries that demonstrate an active hostility toward being solved. Proceed carefully. Curiosity is the engine of progress, but it has a tendency to run without brakes. The answers are not obvious. They rarely are, but they are somewhere in the ocean, waiting. I love that little spin on the final message of Gravity Falls. It's out there somewhere in the woods waiting. That's like, again, like the nautical theme with this book is amazing, and I just absolutely adore it. So that just makes this so much cooler, and I just absolutely love that. So that is amazing to see, and it just adds to a lot of the excitement that this is such a rare copy of this one-of-a-kind book, and I have it. So yeah. Okay, so let's open up the next page here, being as careful as I can. So here, property of Stanford and Stanley Pines. Their Captain's Log, the Stana War 2 Captain's Log, Veni Vidi Vici. I'm gonna have to look up what the Latin translation of that is, I'm assuming. So if I figure it out, it'll be up here. Here we got a little bit of a mention of like it's mentioning a little bit about Ford. It's, my name is Stanford Philbrick Pines. My life has been devoted to, you forgot, non-scientist nerd. I love how Stan and Ford are basically like Dipper and Mabel type in this book. Like when we see it like in terms of like Dipper's entries towards the end of the journal. My life has been dedicated to the layers of reality, to peeling back the layers of reality while searching for the patterns that govern the enigmatic nature of the universe. And my weirdness research led me to, I love how he crossed out Gravity Falls. Remove references to home in case log falls into the wrong hands. Oh, that's interesting. That's also a really good foreshadow. So yeah, like, so this is a bit of bedtime reading over here. Like the entire story of how Ford's adventures here begin. So let's keep going. Like I said, I'm just gonna skim through this just to give you an idea of what this book looks like on the inside. So you've got that. Oh, you can see like a little bit of like, I think that's maybe something written by Mabel, perhaps. Family reunion, layout of the new Captain's Log, a couple of the nautical like sea creatures that Ford encounters. I'm believing, gigantic cube, irregular icebergs. That is a big iceberg over there. Weird bergs. Yep, that sounds about right for a Stanford adventure. Oh yeah, there's the Grunkles themselves. Oh, there's the Stana War 2. Like, I love that little design there. That's pretty cool. Is that supposed to be like not as big as the mythical Kraken, but muscle? Okay, Psy Squid. Okay, and then the various, I guess, apparatus they're taking on the voyage. Diving bell, quite literally a bell. That's clever. Okay, so that's the crew. So there we've got Old Man number 1 and Old Man number 2, the nerd, and then the chain smoker. Like I mentioned this in the videos. Like there's a lot of photos of Stan just smoking a pipe here, so that's pretty cool. So you can see there they're just talking about like themselves, like what the team is like. Oh, there's Seuss. He's like, dude, rocket punch. Warning may cause unintended explosions. Again, this is one of the things that like because this book is written by fans and not like with the backing of Disney or anything, it can get away with, you know, some more evident notions and mentions of things that, you know, you couldn't in the regular show. So like Stan smoking, or, you know, I mean, there were brass knuckles in the show, but like, I mean, more visibly showing them in the book. I'm guessing that's what this is all about. Okay, so we got like a Shamrock Beach here. Why a shrimp? Why always a shrimp? I mean, shrimps are delicious, but I mean, there's probably some other reasons why. Stan punching Stan punching a leprechaun is the third country that Stan got arrested in Ireland. Yeah, leprechauns. There's a really angry leprechaun right there. Keep going there. They're examining Stan's brass knuckles, a jaw, a 6-leaf clover. Oh my god, where is that grown? Chernobyl. The cycle of sea serpents. Like, that's pretty cool. Let me just zoom this back a bit so you can see it better. Okay, weird waters. What are the tides of oddity? So that's the new theory of weirdness, I'm guessing. So you got like mermaids, skulls, narwhals, giant squid, because, you know, it's not a nautical themed story without a giant squid. Is that like a giant crab? Pirates probably. So moving on from there, we then have uncharted waters. Danger persists. Oh, wait, is that the guy who married the woodpecker, or is that like his twin or something? That's kind of cool. So yeah, so there's that. Men eating clams, and then there's like a pirate there. So okay, so moving on from there, we have figure 8. It only took them this many pages to get to Atlantis. Oh, there's like some codes down there. I'm pretty sure these ones have been decoded by someone out there. Hydra, like events, the spell tablet, read underwater. You got that. Seasickness, landlubbers, my first nightmare at sea. They can't keep their balance on the waters. My first nightmare at sea. A pirate's bounty, a treasure island. First mates. Okay, the captain. The Swabby's deckhands, lowest rank. Oh, is this like the ghost? It's like the ghosts ranking for the ghosts, but it's like pirate ranking. So you've got Swabbies, their weaknesses, deckhands, average rank, first mates, which have a high rank, and then the captain over there. Okay, let's look at the weaknesses. Weakness: this cleaning tool keeps them anchored to their ship. It's a vacuum cleaner. Weakness for a deckhand. It doesn't say weakness. Not as clever as they think. First mates' weaknesses are dangerously competitive and absolutely fixated on their rank. Use this ego against them. Okay, then the captain with the highest rank. Oh wait, there's something wrong. Ghost ships. Ooh, is that the Flying Dutchman? Oh yeah, category 11, the Flying Dutchman. He's here to steal your soul. Don't worry. Here's a question: Will Stan sell Ford out for 62 cents? I mean, he wouldn't, but you know, you got to consider that. Like, who would Stan trade for 62 cents? Stan running away with cigar in his mouth. Is that Ford watching a giant tidal wave approaching? Weakness, none. What is this supposed to be about? Wait, is this still... Oh, it's still the ghost ship. Ectoplasm sample. Salty? Really? They tasted it? I mean, that sounds about right for them. You've got Cannonbeard, the Pirate King. Weakness, explosions. Mariana. So you've got... Ooh, new character approaches. The Tides and Oddity. Wait. Oh, you just know they created that for the Grunkle fans there. Like, treasure hunting spade. Yeah, sure, Stan, that's a spade. That goes hard. Yeah, that definitely is gonna be keeping fans up at night and like absolutely enjoying that. If the photos look a bit blurry, that's not so much my camera. It's a problem I've been noticing with this book. I don't know if that was specifically something that was like an issue with the book or it's just my copy, but yeah, the photos do have a bit of a blurrier appearance to them than on the actual online copy, but it's not really that bad. It's just like I was just wondering what happened there, but yeah, it's not really all. It's still pretty good. I'm sorry, Cryptid Encyclopedia, but this is my thought exercise. Wait, this is all written by Stan. Intrepid adventurer, handsome genius, and guy who's definitely smarter than a bunch of skeletal sea losers. Yeah, that sounds like something he would write. We then have this image here of Ford teaching math to a whale. Come on, Ford. Like, I don't like math any more than the next guy. Like, why would a whale want to learn math? Like, what is a whale going to use the quadratic formula for? Shipwreck Cove. Crustaceans. Okay, we're going to have to skim through some of this. A drunk guy drowned by Bargain Bay, deals worth dying for. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's like I love the puns. This definitely feels like something that you could imagine a Gravity Falls book like actually being like an adult themed Gravity Falls book that's not about Bill but about like Stan and Ford. So yeah, there's our cigar smoking hero right there. The slugger versus the slugwort. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to skim through some of these because like there's a lot of stuff here. Like, I think we're only like at the halfway point here. So, like, again, like none of this stuff here is like stuff that is exclusive to this book. Like, all of this stuff is online on the Captain's Log website. So you can always go on there and check it out. The only thing that this book does is create like a physical copy of it. So that's what this is all about. So you got like that, the lob boss. It's like a lobster mafia. That like Tony Soprano, the lobster. Oh no, actually, wouldn't that be like more like The Godfather? Like I like my introduction to mafias was The Sopranos, so I'm more of a Sopranos than Godfather. Though I'm not the Peter Griffin meme there. Yeah. So weakness met. Oh, just like some more like cryptids, like sea cryptids or whatever you call those. Giant sand fleas. Yeah, I don't want to deal with fleas. Like, why would we have sand fleas? Why? The sand witch? Oh, it's a sandwich. That's literally a witch. Yeah, sandwich witches. We've got iron sea snail. Weakness is magnets, so not salt. Crepe. Wait, is that a crepe cruiser? Okay, so we got like giant crepe like cruisers. I'm guessing those are like what are those creatures again? I forgot. Weird root flex jungle field. That's supposed to be like Stan with like a is that like him with a gun, a knife, and a cigar? That is just the most Stanley thing ever. What the heck is that? Planting. Ford literally just called it a plant thing. Plant killer, no Stanley, fine, but I'm saving it from other plant stuff. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly skim through some of these because like, we're really running out of like I've really been looking at this thing for quite a while now, and ooh, bloody hand. That's pretty interesting. Fish entropy. Okay. Oh no, Ford got I love how even when he's trying to help Ford with like an injury, he still has to smoke that cigar. Like, that is such a Stanley thing to do. Useful in a pinch. Okay. What? Darwin? Is that Darwin? Darwin. He's a fish with legs. Sea cows, sea horses. Anchovia, the fish, the woman fish. What the? That is so stupid. I love it. Fish repeat the gillock. Okay, so this is all just like fishy puns. I have to do everything around here for doing nerdy things while Stan is smoking and rowing. Never smoke on road, kids. That is not a good combination. Multiple McGuckets? Okay, that's Lockett McPocket. That's funny, okay. Exploded. We've got the Temple, the Coral Thief, the Jelly Roger opened the Brian McCon. Oh no! I saw this page. I was possessed. He was possessed. Oh, okay. So, oh no! Did Stan get captured by the like that weird captain thing from earlier? And he's even with all that, he still got cigar in mouth. He is committed to the bit even when he's possessed. You honestly got to respect Stan for that. Well, let's keep going. Freedom. Okay, we're definitely okay. Like I'm gonna quickly skim a research yacht. Wow, that is a really damaged research yacht. The only way I like my whirlpools, a jacuzzi. Okay, so we're continuing on from there. A surfer dude. What else is in here? Spectacle disaster. Stanway. A mime fish. That looks like something out of fish hooks, honestly. Wait, is that like... Wait, did they turn Stan into a fish over there? I mean, there's already a Stan fish. It's called Clementa. Krill Joys. Ooh, I've heard about this. It's like a Dr. Victoria Dorn. Okay. Interesting. Does she also have 6 fingers there? Huh, that's cool. Her crew. So it's like, is that Alex Hirsch? Okay, now he's just showing off there. That's not even Tony Soprano smokes like 2 cigars at once, or maybe he did. I don't remember. It's been a while since I rewatched The Sopranos. Oh, is that like? Oh my God, Stan. Okay, now what have I done? Betrayal at sea. Oh no, did Dr. Victoria betray him? Okay, now we got booze and cigars and omega-3. There's some codes over there. Victoria stole something. Were sharks. Oh no, just what the world needs. Were sharks. Luckily, according to Victoria, weird things float. Wait, I'm not. They left them abandoned at sea, and doors. Excellent emergency flotation system. This one supported 2 people quite well. Is that a nod to Titanic? Jack and Rose, yeah. Yeah, Jack definitely could have survived that. Ford, you could just imagine Ford watching Titanic. He's definitely got a lot of questions. Add that to the many movies he's probably planning to watch. Wait, I think Ford disappeared before the Titanic got found, so that's pretty... He's going to enjoy finding out the Titanic got found, definitely. Okay, let's keep going. So now we're on the 4th of July. That hippie-looking guy is chilling with Stan and Ford. Okay. The light bulb fish, the sea lab, pod massacre site. Ooh. The crash. So we had crash site Omega. Now we have crash site Alpha. Okay. We've got that thing. The home stretch. Okay, we're really on the home stretch there. The Dark Waters log final entry. Ooh, we're on the final entry. The Kraken. You know, we had to end with the Kraken at some point. The Pirate's Tomb. Blackbeard's own ship on one of them. What? Really? Blackbeard's ship? The moment Victoria went too far. Like, this is really interesting. Like, I definitely got to sit down and properly read through all this. Like, this is just so cool. The illusion of control. You've got this stuff. That. You're not just writing about me, lad. You're swimming in my tide pool. Wait, did Stanley turn into a baby? Wait, why am I a baby? Ford, help me. So it's got like a bunch of stories here. Our cigar smoking king right there. A crown too big, too shiny. Yeah, all hail the chain smoker. Yeah, see what I mean? I told you, like, almost every image of Stan in here has him, like, downing a cigar. You may be badass, but you'll never be Stan smoking a cigar level badass. You've got, like, the part, again, the Stan Award 2 Kaboom. Stan fighting Fish Stan, I'm guessing. Boom. Like crawfish. The diving bell. Loot. And okay, here we go. We're at the end now. Okay, final entry from the seas. Stanley sighed heavily and patted me. He was a good guy, for weird but good. Oh, did someone die? But if you're planning on studying any giant man eating the New York sewers, I'm definitely out. Okay, let's see. And so here we are at the edge of Felina Trench, the deepest place in the reality on any other. Captain's log is destined to go down with the the ship is sinking. Okay. So the Stand Award does sink. It must stay behind with the remains of the Stand Award 2 as a boat, a monument, and a testament to the weirdness this log has weathered. I can't think of a more fitting resting place. Perhaps one day a curious soul will find it, the seafaring explore what it holds. And if that jellyfish monster finds its way to drag itself into dry land, stay curious, stay weird, stay kind. Don't let anyone or anything tell you otherwise. This is Stanford Pines and Stanley, eternally aboard the Stan Award 2. Captain's log signing off. Hold up, Ford. That's 2 for 2. We've knocked out these things about people, knocked out things people make religions about. Are we like gods now? The twin gods of mystery? Realm like we're not gods. Just twins. It was in the family. And now here we got like an actual photo of like not an actual photo, but it's just like a photo of Stan and Ford when they were younger with the Stan Award. So that's pretty cool. Like the original that never sailed. So poor original Stan Award. And yeah, that is the captain's log. So yeah, that is incredible. Like that is like, I mean, all these pages are of course online already, so you can read all these anyways, but like that is so cool to have like a physical copy of this book to like read and sit down and read through. Like this is just amazing. It's so well made. I'm absolutely amazed by just all the effort that was put into this. Like again, I gotta give a huge shout out to Lord Rayken and like Slightly Artists and the entire team who worked on this book. Like this is an amazing project and like not something you usually see with the Gravity Falls fandom. This is just insane that this even exists right now. Like I am so blown away by just the amount of quality and dedication and hard work made to make this book possible. Like this is what I love about Gravity Falls. No other fandom would take the time and effort to do something like this, and this fandom does this every single time. It surprises me even now just how amazing the fans of Gravity Falls are, and it's one of the reasons why I love being part of all this. Like, so long as people continue to do stuff like this, Gravity Falls is gonna live on, and in the words of Jason Ritter, Gravity Falls is real, and it will never die. So yeah, I just want to give another thanks to the whole team behind this project. The GF Captain's Log whole thing was amazing to watch from the start to finish, like on the Twitter account, like watching to see what this was all leading up to the reveal of the website, and now to be one of only 5 people on the planet who has this book. Like this is amazing. Like this is probably the only copy of this book in Canada, for example. Like that is insane to think I'm the only person in this country who owns this book, which is like only person in Canada who owns this. That is an insane flex. Like, yeah, that is amazing. I'm really grateful for this. I'm really going to cherish this. I'm going to protect this book for as long as I can because, yeah, so many amazing people put their heart and soul into this project, and I want to make sure that fans in the future continue to remember this, and hopefully down the line one day, this book will continue to make fans smile and just continue the love that Gravity Falls has provided for so many of us. So yeah, thank you for watching this video if you got up to this point, and stay weird and keep reading and writing Grunkles stories because yeah, right now this is a fan project, but one day, fingers crossed, Disney may finally let this happen for real, you know, when Alex's Netflix deal is over as well. So yeah, keep staying weird and writing those Grunkle stories, guys. Gravity Falls is real, and it will never die. I've been that Geofan, and thank you for watching.